Joining us now is president of the Counterpoint Institute for Policy, Research and Education, Dr. Shea Bradley Farrell. She is also the author of Last Warning to the West, Hungary's Triumph Over Communism and the Woke Agenda. So great to have you back.
So good to be with you, Chanel. Thank you.
We have been watching so many headlines out of the domestic side. Little attention is being poured onto how foreign leaders are taking all of this. Give us a sense for how the European Union especially is preparing for a second Trump administration.
Well, that's the key right there. They're preparing for a second Trump administration. And I think it had a lot to do with what happened on Saturday night. I think that the overall understanding of this event has been that the leaders are impressed with Trump, maybe fascinated even with his bravery, his confidence, his ability to get shot and stand up and immediately tell the world he's all right and to tell us to continue to fight. And you know what, Chanel, then he shows up last night at the RNC 2 days after he had been shot and knew that he was moments away from losing his life. So I believe that this is telegraphed to the world that we will definitely have another Trump administration.
I know that you're also pretty close to what's happening in Hungary. You've done a lot of work out of Hungary. You've worked with the officials there. The Prime Minister, Viktor Orban of Hungary, visited President Trump right on the tail end of the NATO summit in D.C., just a day or so before the shooting. What do you know about that meeting between Viktor Orban and President Trump at Mar-a-Lago?
I believe it was a collaboration meeting coming together because they certainly are allies. Trump has called Orban his friend. And I've also had the pleasure of sitting down with Orban, and he respects Trump very, very highly. They see eye to eye on the illegal immigration issue. They see eye to eye that we don't need to be enabling this war in Ukraine. They see eye to eye on the gender ideology nonsense, that it should be eradicated from all of our school curriculum and any kind of our policies. So I believe it was, a signal that we're, again, they are getting ready for a second Trump presidency.
Well, Orban stands out amongst his European peers and leaders out there in those policies you just listed. And he's also been a vocal critic about some of the American forces that try to meddle in world politics. He's been a vocal critic of George Soros. Orban has also been a vocal critic of some of the policies that have come out of Soros-related agencies and organizations and NGOs and the U.S. State Department. And it seems that with Viktor Orban meeting with President Trump over just before the weekend, it seems that that would send a very interesting message back in Europe to the leaders there as well.
Oh, absolutely. And Orban has never had any problem with telegraphing to the EU that he is friends with Trump. So this is just another indication and step in that direction. Orban and Hungary have stood up against the woke agenda in the European Union, even to the extremity of them being sanctioned by the EU for billions of dollars. I mean, Orban really has the same kind of resolve that Trump does. He will stand up for truth, and he will continue to fight for it, no matter who comes against them. Just like, Trump has been oppressed and indicted, and, his political opponents have tried to put him into jail over and over. And now we see this weekend that somebody's trying to kill him. And I believe it has a lot to do with the rhetoric that is mainly the fault of the left.
For all our viewers asking where One America News is heading in the future, we would like to introduce you to OAN Live. OAN Live is the best way to stay up to date on all of the hard-hitting, straight-shooting, national and international headlines. And the best part is, OAN Live is only $4.99 per month. All the credible, honest, unbiased reporting One America News offers at a fraction of the cost of cable. Just go to OANN.com to easily sign up for OAN Live and stay informed.